Winter in Piperdi village was not the friendly kind. The mornings were cold enough to make even the bravest rooster rethink his life choices. The sun hid behind fog like a shy guest who had come to a party but didn't want to talk to anyone. The air was chilly, the fields were sleepy, and every human being in the village preferred staying wrapped inside quilts like a giant cotton burritos. But inside Nanaji's lively house, the winter gloom had one powerful enemy, and his name was Bhagiran Kaka. Bhagiran Kaka was about 40 years old, thin as sugarcane stick, but bursting with energy. He was Nanaji's right hand man in all farm matters. Need a cow fed? Call Kaka. Need stools repaired? Call Kaka. Need someone to make the entire household laugh? Definitely call Kaka. 5-year-old Kunj adored him. 3-year-old Gunja followed them both like a loyal little shadow to the children. Kaka was basically the superhero of Piperdi. Kunj and Gunja were spending their winter vacation at Nanaji's village, and according to them, it was the best place on the earth. There were mango trees to climb, mud to play in, and most importantly, Nani's laughter with every parathas, which were so delicious they deserved their own festival. But the highlight of every morning was Bhagiran Kaka's arrival. He would storm into the house at dawn with jokes, gossip, and endless chatter. One frosty morning, something unusual happened. Kunj was still sleeping peacefully under his quilt when he heard loud whispers. Are utho, utho, get up. The voice sounded urgent, like a detective solving a crime. Kunj rubbed his sleepy eyes and wrapped himself in a cotton shawl. He waddled to the dairy, the outer room of the house, and there he saw Bhagiran Kaka in the middle of a dramatic argument. Kaka was grumbling loudly. Nani stood there, listening with raised eyebrows, and their calm maternal aunt stood smiling like a peaceful monk. Apparently, Nanaji had scolded Kaka because the household was always late in the mornings. And Kaka was not happy. I have work, he declared dramatically. Serious work. Kunj blinked. Curious and half frozen, Kunj asked, Kaka, where are you rushing so early every day? Kaka puffed his chest proudly. I'm going to my office. Kunj's eye widened. Office? Yes, Kaka said. I sit on a table and chair and do likhai padhai there. Kunj burst into giggles. The office in the village. This mystery needed investigation. Later that day, Kunj marched straight to Nanaji, the maternal grandfather. Nanaji, he asked seriously, where is Bhagiran Kaka's office? Does he have papers, pens, big files? Nanaji chuckled. Don't worry. Before your vacation ends in the village, I will show you his office. Kunj's imagination exploded. He imagined Kaka sitting at a grand wooden desk like a movie hero, maybe even with a spinning fan overhead. Soon the vacation came to an end. The day arrived for Kunj and Gunja to return to the city. Nani, the maternal grandmother, handed to the driver packed snacks for the children during the journey and Nanaji's medicine to deliver him in the field. But the children had only one request. Please show us Kaka's office. As the car left the house, it passed golden fields and sleepy trees. The winter sun finally appeared as if it had just woken up from a long nap. Suddenly, the driver stopped near a muddy path. Come, he said. The children jumped out excitedly. They followed the narrow path along the fields and there stood Nanaji, wearing a white towel around his head like a proud village turban. But something else caught their attention: a huge brick kiln, smoke rising, workers moving quickly, and in the middle of it all, there was Bhagiran Kaka, balancing bricks on his head, shouting instructions like a tiny army general, covered in dust, working harder than anyone else. Kunj stared in shock. Kaka, this is your office? Kaka laughed proudly. Yes, my likhai padhai happens right here. Gunja clapped happily. Kunj looked around the busy brick field and suddenly he smiled. Kaka, he said proudly, this is the best office in the world. Then he hugged Kaka's dusty legs tightly. Kunja joined him. We love you, Kaka. Soon the village climbed back into the car. They waved excitedly as Kaka returned to his brick-lane office. Kunj kept giggling all the way home. He had imagined chairs, tables, and typewriters, but the Kaka's dusty brick empire was far more exciting. And from that day on, whenever Kunj thought of the world's funniest office, he pictured Bhagiran Kaka standing proudly in the middle of a smoky brick kiln, running the busiest workplace in all of Piperty.